Well, time is running out for The Flash, which is now in its 9th and final season. And Team Flash finds themselves amidst a crisis.
So what's wrong with them?
According to Gideon's biometric analysis, Iris and Nia are in a deep REM sleep.
Well, why can't we wake them?
Well, their cortical functions are totally siloed. That's why they won't respond to any outside stimuli.
What about the baby? Is Nora okay?
What I can tell, yeah, baby Nora's okay so far.
Cecile, can you sense anything?
No.
Well, if Nia's here and they're both asleep,
Then that can't be a coincidence.
what about contacting Kara or Brainy or John? I mean, they know Nia's powers better than we do.
Bear, I checked. They're all off-world.
Well, we have to try something.
And here with me is the talented actor who brings The Flash and Barry Allen to life, our CW family member, Grant Gustin. So it's great to have you here.
Thanks for having
in the
me.
studio. So The Flash is the longest running superhero show on the CW.
Yeah.
So what's it like for you to be a part of such a successful show?
Yeah, it was really, really special. I think when it started, I've often said I was probably naive to just assume that it was probably gonna be kind of successful because the character already had such a lasting legacy. You know, it was already such a popular IP that I felt like we'd really have to mess this thing up for it to not have moderate success, you know? But I didn't think I'd be sitting here nearly 10 years later talking about having just finished. So it was really, really special, to be a part of something like this.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So what's happening this season?
Lots, yeah. I mean, when you introduced the crisis, I'm like, yeah, it's always some crisis.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, there's always a crisis going on.
Yeah.
It's, you know, we always try to up the stakes every season, but also personally this year, it's we're going to see Barry and Iris expecting their first child, which is something we're really excited about. We've been trying to build to that storyline for a while now. We've we've introduced their future children and met them as like adults, so we knew that was, you know, they were going to have children together someday. So it was something we really wanted to get to in the last season, and we got there.
So is that the new element for The Flash this season?
It's one of the things going on. I mean, it's kind of halfway through the season. I think we introduced that storyline, and it's not like heavily prevalent. Like there's a lot of other things going on for the second half of the season. Honestly, it's not until the last couple episodes that we really kind of dive headfirst into that storyline, and really it's at the end of the season that we're able to go there because it's like an emotional kind of finite thing. So we deal with all the other, as you said, crises and, you know, all the other action and whatnot before we get to that.
Well, like you mentioned, almost a decade of shows and a lot of crossovers.
So many.
Gosh, I couldn't even imagine being you and trying to pick a favorite moment, but do you have one?
I don't specifically have one favorite moment. No, I mean, the crossovers were like really special moments though, because there was also, I mean, that was some of the toughest times for us because it's already like you make these episodes of television, superhero television in 9 days, and then you do the crossovers and you're doing 4 or 5 episodes at a time, but still just in like 9 days. So it's like actually impossible. I'm not really sure how we were able to get it on TV. But yeah, those moments, those crossovers are always fun because you're getting like, you know, 20 plus characters together at the same time, and like 15 of us in superhero suits, and it's pretty cool.
But you know, I think if you ask anyone that's a huge fan of the show, they might have to say that the musical episode back in 2017 was probably one of their favorites.
People do say that often, and it's like sometimes I forget that we did that because it was like. It was actually with a lot of, oh yeah, there it is.
There you go.
There we are. Yeah, I was gonna say it was with Melissa, who was on Glee for much longer than I was, but I was also on Glee. The choreographer, Zach Woodley from Glee, came up and choreographed it for us, and we had Darren Criss from Glee. So it felt like a Glee reunion.
Yeah, I bet.
Like it was,
I bet.
I forget that was an episode of Flash.
Was one of your favorite episodes then?
It was one of the most fun, for sure. I mean, I actually was introduced to performing as a tap dancer first when I was like 8 years old. So it was kind of like going back to my roots, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this. You didn't have the costume on there.
No.
But Flash, the costume for Flash in itself was kind of like a character in itself. I saw a video posted on social media of you hanging up that costume up for the last time. You got a little choked up. What was that like? You said, thanks, bud.
Yeah, it was bittersweet. I mean, it's like, you know, I've had tough days and nights in that suit, you know, and but it's also something that was really special to me to just you know, not many actors, I guess a lot of actors these days actually get their own superhero suits, but like, you know, it's not all too common to have a superhero suit made for you that was, you know, that you get to wear at work, and you know, people recognize you for that, and I get to be associated with this iconic character. So yeah, to get to have my own suit was pretty special, and to get to hang it up for the last time was also kind of special, and to just know that we've finished, and it was, you know, it was bittersweet, but it was also kind of like a joyous moment. It like really felt like the end when I put it on the rack.
Well, I'm sure a lot of folks are going to miss seeing you on the air as Flash.
Thank you.
But we'll wonder what is next for you. You've been on Broadway before. You've been in musicals before.
Yeah, Broadway tour.
Any chance that you might return to the stage?
Oh, I would love to. Honestly, I've for years have said that's kind of my #1 priority when Flash wrapped up, because it was, you know, it's such a specific thing to play one character on a TV show for so long, and I would love to, you know, continue to work in TV and film if possible, but my priority #1 would be for sure to get back on stage. It's been like 12 years, so I would love to get back on stage.
Well, it would be great to see you there again.
Yeah, thank you.
Grant Gustin, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing the rest of the season, but we will miss you.